Hey, what's up? Here we have Psycho Atheist of the Week. This person, I think it's a woman, turned into a total psycho when I got her to contradict herself. So we'll go over here. Well, if you look over here, these atheists over here, whoever runs this website, they deleted all my comments, as you can see. So they're still over here in Google+. Oop. So here, I quote, this is the end, we'll go back. I quote Helllander. I go, you said atheism is the lack of belief, not the reaction to other people's belief. Then she said, is God my concept? No. And if it isn't my concept, then it's obviously somebody else's. Well, she keeps referring to her friend Steve. She wouldn't commit to answer the question. I go, is that a contradiction? So here, try to follow this. This is what all the other ones do. This is what every atheist does. Helllander said, atheism is the lack of belief, not the reaction to other people's belief. So I asked, well, is a God your concept or is it somebody else's? She goes, is a God my concept? No. And if it isn't my concept, then it's somebody else's. So here, we can zoom up to where this started. She wouldn't answer the question. I kept asking. You didn't answer the question is personal to you only. Do you have your own personal concept of God, or did it come from somebody else? I did answer. I don't owe you an answer, she says. Then I go, let's try. I have to go to yes-no questions because she wouldn't answer. So I go, only a yes or no is responsive. Is a God your own personal concept? And 2, is a God somebody else's concept? She says, I'm getting arrogant. Tries to make a joke. I go, how is asking a question arrogant? I thought asking questions were an attempt to gather more information. I don't know why you are afraid to answer. There's no question I'm afraid of. So I go, why don't you just answer? What are you afraid of? So finally, Helllander, is a God my concept? No. Is he yours? What's your point? I don't appreciate being talked to. I'm just asking questions. I go, no one is talking down to you. So we got one question answered, and you said God is not your concept. So let's try the other one. It's just as important. Is a God somebody else's concept? Yes or no? So she gets frustrated. Jesus fuck. If it isn't my concept, then obviously it's somebody else's. She keeps trying to make a joke about her friend Steve. She don't want to totally commit because, she knows where the questions were going. So I go, now let's look at the Google definition of atheist. It says, a person who disbelieves or lacks belief in the existence of a God. You said a God is not your concept, so it must be somebody else's. So then isn't an atheist just somebody reacting to somebody else's concept? Since obviously the concept is not your own. These are all her words. I haven't said anything or taken any position yet. She starts ranting about Christians and other religions. I go, we can deflect later. I go, if somebody has no concept of God, then a God would still be somebody else's concept. Exactly like you said. I agree with you. A God is somebody else's concept. So now, according to your own words, isn't an atheist just reacting to somebody else's concept of a God? You're repeating yourself. We've already covered that. I go, so she was saying I didn't answer her. Her question was, what if an individual was never taught the concept of God? So I answered, yeah, it's still somebody else's concept. A God is still somebody else's. So she already said she wasn't going to talk anymore. So I go, another typical cowardly atheist. At least this one admitted that a God is somebody else's concept and that an atheist is just reacting to other people. More proof atheists are cowards and obsessed with what other people are thinking. She comes back. She says, I'm arrogant, ignorant, a bigot, and a hypocrite. and I proved nothing. I go, I admit I proved nothing. I just asked you some questions. It was all your own words. You said a God was somebody else's concept, and I agreed with you. So then if you are upset, you're upset at yourself. Keeps ranting about other religions. I have to point out, everything was your own words. I just asked questions and agreed with you. I never come across somebody so upset when someone agrees with them. You know, maybe if you stop reacting to other people so much, you'll be happier. She says, I'm projecting now, after I was called a hypocrite and a bigot. All I did was agree with her and ask questions. I go, wasn't everything your insight? Wasn't it your words that a God was somebody else's concept? I go, I just agreed with you. It's nothing to cry about. Who cries when somebody agrees with them? Then she says, I'm making arguments. I go, I didn't make an argument, I just asked a question. And how can there be an argument when I agree with you? And let's see, we come down. Here it is. First, Helander said, atheism is the lack of belief, not the reaction to other people's belief. Then Helander said, is God my concept? No. If it isn't my concept, then obviously it's somebody else's. This is what atheists don't get. This is why they're retarded. They all do the same thing. It's not a reaction to other people. And then they go, well, yeah, God, it's somebody else's concept. So I'll just leave it here in case you dumb atheists don't understand. Here, you can read it again. This is what you all say, and you all know it. So anyways, and I have another video showing another atheist doing the exact same thing. So she goes on, starts calling names, still crying. Do you always go around contradicting yourself? She says she's not contradicting herself. I go, wow, you can't even concede one little point. Is that cowardice or just lack of integrity? So anyways, you know, she just gets mad. She just keeps having a fit. I go, I take it all back. She keeps referring to her imaginary friend Steve. I go, I take it back. Clearly you are not a coward and you are full of integrity. And then she goes, I'm the coward. But yeah, here it is. No, atheism is the lack of belief, not a reaction to other people's beliefs. Is God my concept? No. If it isn't my concept, then obviously it's somebody else's. This is Helander. So, this is Psycho of the Week. Psycho Atheist of the Week, Helander. Oh, what are you going to do? I feel bad for the atheists, man. They just keep getting dumber and dumber. I don't even want to call them dumb. They're just controlled. They're just programmed. They're just all clones of each other, and they all just repeat the same mantras. So this person, I don't even want to call them stupid. They just don't know any better, and they're just clones, and that's what most people are, I guess. But especially atheists. So they're just sad and pathetic people, obsessed with other people and their beliefs. So, I don't know, hopefully this will help them. Hopefully they can move on and quit obsessing about other people. Alright, thanks.